the night the Congo lost its voice. Morning broke over Leopoldville in 1960 with the sound of drums, church bells, and 1,000 cautious hope. Independence had arrived at last, and a new name, the Republic of the Congo, rose into the air like a promise. At the center of that promise stood Patrice Émery Lumumba. Lumumba, raised in the eastern Congo, shaped by books, trade unions, and the humiliations of colonial rule, learned early that silence was a weapon used against the colonized. Words became the answer. Words that demanded dignity. Words that reached miners, clerks, farmers, and port workers. When independence ceremonies began, King Baudouin spoke of civilization and benevolence, of Belgium's gift to Africa. Applause followed, measured, uneasy. Then Lumumba stood, and history leaned forward. Lumumba spoke of forced labor, of broken families, of hands cut for failing rubber quotas, of insults carried like scars. Independence, Lumumba said, was not a favor but a victory, won through struggle, tears, and blood. The words struck the air like lightning. Some winced. Others cheered. Across the continent, radios crackled with a voice Africa recognized as its own. That moment sealed Lumumba's place in history and marked him for death. Independence came without peace. Belgium withdrew its administrators, but not its interests. The Congolese army mutinied, still commanded by Belgian officers. The mineral-rich province of Katanga, backed by Belgian companies, declared secession. Uranium, copper, and cobalt, resources that powered Western industry and Cold War weaponry, suddenly mattered more than Congolese sovereignty. Lumumba, now prime minister, turned outward for help. The United Nations hesitated, bound by pressure from powerful states. With borders collapsing and rebellion spreading, Lumumba made an appeal to the Soviet Union. In Washington and Brussels, alarm bells rang. To Western intelligence agencies, Lumumba became a dangerous symbol, an African leader who spoke too freely, governed too independently, and stood in the wrong place in a divided world. The Cold War had no patience for ambiguity. Lumumba was labeled a threat, a radical, a problem to be removed. Inside the Congo, ambition and fear found allies. Colonel Joseph Desire Mobutu, once Lumumba's aide, moved quietly. Backed by foreign money and diplomatic approval, Mobutu seized control, placing Lumumba under house arrest for the sake of stability. Stability was the word used when truth became inconvenient. Lumumba escaped briefly, hoping to reach supporters in Stanleyville. Along the road, soldiers captured the former prime minister. Hands tied, beaten, displayed to the public as a warning. Cameras rolled. The humiliation was deliberate. In January 1961, Lumumba was flown to Katanga, the stronghold of secessionists and Belgian influence. There, in the dark, far from microphones and crowds, Lumumba was executed by firing squad. Belgian officers supervised. Local allies pulled triggers. Foreign governments looked away. The body did not receive a grave. Dissolved in acid. Erased, as if erasure could undo an idea. But Congo never recovered. Mobutu's long rule hollowed institutions and opened cycles of conflict driven by minerals and foreign interests. Somewhere in that chain lies the night Lumumba's voice was silenced, not because one man could save a nation, but because that voice insisted that Congo belonged to its people. Hey, what do you think about Patrice Lumumba? Do you think Congo would be different today if he was not executed?